Okay, next question. A student carries out an experiment to determine the variation of intensity of light with the distance from a point light source. We have a point light source here, and there is a light sensor being kept over here. The light source is a little bit bigger. It's going to be spherical in nature, and you have to move this one. Okay, the light source is at a distance of a transparent spherical cover over here. See, the student measures the distance x from the surface of the cover to a sensor that measures the intensity of light. So he is measuring starting from here to here. Okay, and he is finding out what is the intensity of light as we move the sensor away. That's what the question over here. Okay, and then the light source emits radiation with a constant power P, and all of this radiation is transmitted through this cover. The relationship between I and X is given by I is equal to power P divided by 4 pi into C plus X the whole square, where C is the radius of the circular envelope. Okay, this is a simple experiment when we say intensity is measured by power divided by surface area, right? The same experiment here, sir. Okay, the relation can be written also as follows: 1 by root I is equal to kx plus kc, and show that k is equal to 2 into root of pi by 2. So you need to show this one. How many marks? 1 mark. How do you do this? Now you see, here the variable is x over here. So what I will do is I'll take the equation, and I'll take first the reciprocal, because I have a root I here which is in reciprocal form. 1 by I is equal to 4 pi into c plus x the whole square divided by p. Take like so. Then what I will do is I'll take the square root on both of them. When I do that, what do I get? I get 1 by root I is equal to 4 pi divided by p square root into c plus x the whole square whole to the power of half. I have taken square root for this and as well as for this one. So therefore this 2 and this 2 goes away here. So what do I get? I will write it here. I write it here. I write 1 by root I is equal to this would be 4 root of 4 pi divided by p into c plus x. Now if you compare this equation, okay, if you want I can also write like this. I'll write this as 2 into root of pi by p into px plus c. If I compare this equation and this equation, I observe the constant k is nothing but this value. Just comparing this, I can now say this is equal to k into x plus c. Therefore, k is equal to square root of 2 into pi divided by p. It's shown over. Okay, so thus we have finished the first one. Let us move on to the next one. The student obtains a set of data and uses this data to plot a graph of the variation of 1 by root I versus x. So what is the equation? The equation is 1 by root I equal to k into x plus c. So let us write down the equation, which will be useful for us. 1 by root I is equal to k into x plus c. This is the equation we got. If you look at this equation here, 1 by root I is along the y-axis, and this is nothing but, okay, I'll expand this. I'll write this as a kx plus kc, which should now be equal to mx plus c dash, right? What does it tell you? Y is equal to mx plus c dash is nothing but an equation of a straight line. So let us read the question. Just will not read the full question. So we have this equation over here, and this is a straight line we have got. Definitely when you pull this back, it should intercept at some point on the y-axis, which will definitely not be equal to 0. Okay, then estimate the value of c. Estimate this value of c. How do we do it? Now, what is that we have got? We have got the value of k. We need to get the value of c. This c I need. How do I get that value of c? From the graph, what I do is, as I know, I just pull this line backward. I use a straight line, what do you call a tool like a scale or something, then I would have got it better. So I'm doing it here. So a little bit variation somewhere over here. Okay, almost I think it's hitting here. So this value comes out to be around 4 and 5. In between it is there. Maybe just nearer to 4. So I can say the intercept c dash. Intercept c dash is equal to, let us say I'll take something like 4.3 or 4.4. Maybe 4.3 I'll take. 4.3 I'll take. I can write this as 4.3 over here. And we know from the equation here, this intercept c dash is equal to kc. right? Therefore, I know AC is equal to 4 point. See, how did I get this? I got it by extrapolating this line directly out. Now, what is your requirement? You require the value of C. Now, how do you get the value of C? C is equal to 4.3 divided by K. Now, what is K here? Now, let us go back to this. Now, you see here, K takes the role of M. What does it mean? It means you need to find the value of K, which is nothing but slope. Now, how do you find the slope? That's the next question. Towards it, we have to choose 2 points in the graph to get the appropriate slope. First point should be lying on the straight line. Which point lies on the straight line? See, all these are farther away points. This point actually lies on the straight line. So I take up this point. Definitely I'll take up this point. I'll take up this point. And I need to see to it that at least more than 50% of the graph is being properly utilized. Okay. So I take this value and draw a line here. Straight line. I can take this slope anywhere. So I take this one here, and maybe I will choose this one. 30. This one here. I'll draw a triangle. Now I label this A, this is B, this is CO. Now I want to find the slope. Slope is equal to, what is the slope? AB by BC. AB by BC. Which should now be, what is AB here? AB is 30 minus, what is this value? This value is somewhere over here. What is this? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This is 12 over here. Minus 12 divided by, what is BC? BC is, you see, this line when I extend it backwards is 20 here, and this line, let me write 20 minus, and what is this line? This line at this point, it is now if I extend this backwards, it comes out to be around 6 or 7, right? No, this is 10, this is 7.5, so I think this should be around 6, around 6 over. So this should be 30 minus 12 should be 18, and 20 minus 6 should be 12 over. So how much will this be? 6 3s are 6 2s are, should be approximately around 1.5, right? So now we have got this as 1.5. Sorry, 20 minus 4, right? 4, sorry. It not be 1.5. Let me read this calculation. Should be 18 divided by 14, which should be 1.2857, 1.286. 1.286 unit here it is watt power minus half, and in the numerator, the denominator, this is in centimeter per centimeter. Let me write it down. So therefore your value of C is equal to 4.3 divided by 1.286. okay, so which should now be, what is this value? Let us calculate this value also. It should now be 4.3 43. Cancel this. 4.3 divided by 1.286. When I do this, I get this is 3.34. 3.34. And what is the unit over here? What's the value of this here? This value is this is C dash 4.3. What is 4.3? 4.3 is W power minus half, right? W power minus half here. W power minus half divided by this 1.286. What is 1.286? 1.286 is watt power minus half into centimeter. W power minus half per centimeter. So this is goes away. So I get this as 3.34 centimeter. Okay. So nearly 3.3 centimeter. Why did I do for 2 digits? The reason is because you see, look at this here. So all these are 2 digits here. There are also 2 digits over here. So I put across the significant figures to be around 3.3 centimeters. 2 digits over here. Okay, we have got the value of C. Determine the P to the correct number of significant figures including its units. Wow, 4 marks. P. How do I get the value of P? What is the expression? We have got the value of K, we have got the value of C. Where is P here? P, where is P here? P is here. P is equal to 2 into root of pi by P. Let me write down that equation. P is equal to, sorry, K is equal to 2 into root of pi by P. That's what we have. From here I can get the value of P. P is equal to, let me square this, go step by step. K square equal to 4 pi divided by P. P is equal to 4 pi divided by K square. Okay, now what's the value of k? Where's the value of k? Value of k is 1.286. I have to take this. So this should be 4 into 3.14 divided by 1.286 whole square. And what is the unit of k? Because I know I need to put the value of p, right? When I put the value of p, the unit is also required. It's watt power minus half per centimeter. So this is watt power minus half per centimeter whole square. Now let us calculate this value. Let me calculate this value. This would be, just a moment, this would be 4.14 divided by 1.286. So much divided by 1.286. Once again, because we have square, right, is equal to 7.594 or maybe 7.6 multiplied by this watt power minus 4 here. This is constant. Don't worry about this. So this becomes 76 and this becomes 6 by watt per centimeter square. Which should be 7.6 into centimeter square per watt. It should be 7.6 into 10 to the power of minus 4 square meter per watt. And this is what we get. We check from the answer scheme whether we are doing it rightly. So we get the value of C to 3.88. Yeah, just 7.6. Okay. Now let us move on to the next one. Explain the advantages that a graph of I versus 1 by x square has for the analysis of B1 and B. Now what he says is that, see, in the previous one you had plotted a graph of root of 1 by root I versus x. Now instead of doing this one, if I plot a graph of I versus 1 by x square, okay, so what is the merit of it, what is the demerit of it, what is the disadvantage of it? That's the question over here. Basically is asking you about the disadvantage. Now here when we drew this one, we got a straight line. And thus we are able to calculate many parameters. But when I draw a graph of I versus 1 by x square, what kind of graph will I get? Let's look at that also. What was the equation? 1 by root I is equal to k into x plus c. This is what we got, right? So this was y, this was x, and so on. So we got a straight line equation. But when I do something like this, I will not get a straight line equation because it is a non-linear function. So no straight line is obtained for analysis. So first one we can see. The second one, see, when I do this one here, I got the value of c, this c, from graph. C was obtained in handling 1 by root I is equal to k into x plus c. But this will not be possible to get if I plot a graph of I versus 1 by x. So this is one of the headaches that we have over here because you are not able to separate the variables, and as a result of it, you cannot do this one. Okay, so I think we have come to an end to these problems, and tomorrow we will see the next new problem. Okay, thank you.